Hi everyone, it's Samantha, just checking in for the month of July. I only have 4 weeks left in my phase 1 didactic period of IPAP, and I just want to do a quick check-in, and then I'll likely do another one the week of graduation after all of the exams are complete and all the tests. Right now I have 3 written exams left, a final OSCE, a couple labs, including one exam that's hands-on for ultrasound. We're in the process of learning that right now and getting reps in. The teachers and instructors are amazing. They're definitely teaching us a lot. It's amazing how much you don't know coming here, and then how much you realize, oh wait, I know this. You make connections. The 16 months here is not a lot of time to really learn the craft or all of the information you'll know to be a PA. And so I am amazed at how much I have retained, because sometimes I'm like, somebody will ask me, oh, what did you test on today? What was your test this morning on a Monday afternoon? And I'm like, I can't remember. My brain's already on to the next thing. So if any of you are like me, don't worry, you can definitely handle it. I definitely would say that anybody can make it through the program as long as you stay disciplined and focused. I know I've told you guys before that my family did not come with me. I'm a Geo Bachelorette in this program. And I honestly don't know how well I would have done if they were here. So if you're debating if you should bring them or not, that's totally a decision that you and your family need to make. But I will say the mom guilt and the spouse guilt would have definitely caused me to take time away from studying. I definitely think I could have stayed focused enough to continue in the program, but it would have taken a toll at the very least. So I will say that my family and I have grown stronger, I think, through this, learned how to communicate very well and that sort of thing. So that's just a personal note. I do want to say, I think I've said this before, one of the teachers always says, look at all the expletives. So the dumb people that have made it here, made it through this before you can do this. And keep that going the whole time you're here, because some days I'm just telling myself, I can't do this, I can't make it, I'm not. But negating yourself or counting yourself out is the first step to failure, including applying to the program. If you're one of those that are thinking about applying and you don't know or you're not sure, you need to continue to just don't be the one to count yourself out. Don't be the person that quits before you even apply, because you're the only one if you have a distinction, something in your brain that's telling you, oh, you won't get in because of this, because of XYZ, then you're the only one telling yourself that. Until you reach out to the POC of the program or certain contacts that you may have or that you need to have, then you're the only one counting yourself out. So I encourage everyone. I didn't get in my first time, as I've told you guys before, and I was like, okay, should I do this? Can I get in? Am I good enough? And I mean, here I am. I'm going to be done in just a couple weeks, and it is exciting. If anybody's curious about phase 2, I've communicated quite a bit with a couple of the people in phase 2 and some people out of phase 2, and all of the people I've spoken with, there's not a whole lot, a handful of people that I know that have finished phase 2 have passed the PANCE on their first try. So I've heard rumors about 1 or 2 and not passing, but the goal is that's not going to be me. I've asked people about how they study during phase 2. Some said they still study every day, but not as much, or they have more days they take off, but then they still have to hit it hard on certain days. So it is what you make of it, but it does still require a lot of studying. Well, depending on you. I don't retain very well. I think my memory is shot. I don't know what exactly, mom brain or what have you, but I know I will have to study a lot, and that's something I would say if you have a family, make a schedule. Say like, this is study time, this is date night, this is kid time. Like, definitely have like some sort of schedule so you know, so you hold yourself accountable to stick to it, and your spouse can help hold you accountable as well, saying, oh yeah, aren't you supposed to be studying right now? I definitely told my husband to do that, so sometimes I'm just sending him reels on Instagram, and he'll message me and say, didn't you say you had to study? And I'm like, yes. But having people in your corner that will help keep you accountable is an amazing thing. Whether sometimes you may get upset or be in your feels about it, but I think it takes a strong person to like want people to hold you accountable. So do that. And then as we get ready to move on to the next phase of our lives here from phase 1 to phase 2, we do get 2 weeks of leave between phase 1 and phase 2, and then once you get to phase 2, there's 2 weeks of in-processing. So I am taking a road trip in the 4 or 5 days that I have to go back. Me and my husband's gonna fly out, and we're road tripping back, so it's gonna be a good time. I will say, so far in senior semester, if I had to say the hardest course I think as a whole for the class, it's been surgery. For me, I think it was more maybe EMED. Pediatrics is a lot. It's a lot. So I just finished charts for oncology, and my charts are maybe 12 pages. My charts for my last pediatric block were like 33 pages. So it's definitely a lot, but I think it is what you make of it. So I mean, all I can do is keep going. So I would say when you get to this point, or if you get to this point, when you get to this point, definitely just stay focused, because I think a lot of people are getting very senioritis, very complacent. We're all hitting burnout, because hitting the books this hard for 16 months straight is rough. And if you have a sick day, maybe like you don't even study that day, it's hard for me to take a day off. I usually have to give at least 1 hour to studying. A lot of people take a day off once a week or twice a week, but I definitely say that would worry me, especially because I do want that buffer in case I was to get sick, because some people have gotten sick and then failed a test, and it can hurt, and life happens. So there's people who have had parents die, there's people who have had divorces, life still happens while you're in the program. I'm going through 2 legal battles right now. I have 2 different lawyers for things unrelated to the military, and but I still have to do everything I need to do for that, do everything I need to do for school, and then like try to have some time to decompress. So I would say also make sure you're decompressing while you're in the program. I know that we only have a couple more months, and then the new cycle will be opening up for applications. If anybody wants opinions on anything, or if anybody wants me to look over any letters or any application information or anything, I'll be more than happy to give my opinion. I will say I'm only one opinion, so if you want another, please reach out to others that you may know. And I would not take my word as gospel. Only my opinion, not reflective of IPAP's opinion, not reflective of Army DOD's opinion. Just a little disclaimer there. So I did have someone reach out to me and say, and ask me what I thought was weighed heavier. And I I do think most everything is about the same because they look at you as a whole person. So if you have one bad thing in your packet, that's fine. If you have one awesome thing in your packet, it still might not mean you get into the program. So if you have a perfect SAT, but like your grades are barely skimming by, your letter of intent is not so great, like I think that they can see, they look at the whole person. So like one awesome thing may not help you, and then one really bad thing may not hurt you. So I would keep that in mind when you're building your packet. And then I will definitely try to continue these videos in phase 2 to tell you guys my personal experience and opinions about how that goes. And I think that's about all I have to share with you this month. Oh, I did comment on something. I don't know if anybody saw it, but I did comment on something on the Facebook group recently. Somebody asked if they should have their PA, who's a new lieutenant, write their letter of recommendation, or if they should find a major or above to write it. And I would say that it needs to be somebody that knows you well, has worked with you, and understands what you're capable of, your strengths, your weaknesses, etc., because they're going to write a better letter than those that barely know you. So my letters for my first application were extremely strong. They were from higher ranks, but I would say they maybe weren't the strongest. I'm not really sure. I mean, I would say maybe they're comparable because but they were higher ranks, and I didn't get in. And then my second application, my sergeant major was actually so busy with some other things, including his personal life, where he didn't get me my letter in time for the cutoff for the application period. So I actually submitted with only 4 letters of recommendation, and I think the highest letter was a captain, if I'm not mistaken. And all of my letters weren't all these people knew me very well, worked with me for quite a while. Since I had been at their group, so it was like 4 years, almost 3 years. And I got in on my second application. So I would just say don't count yourself out, put your best foot forward, make sure your letters are representative of you and your relationships with those people. Your letter of intent is really important, and make sure you go over the minimum of 80 hours of shadowing, partially because it's going to help you understand what you're getting yourself into, as well as gaining just hours toward the application. If anybody has any questions, feel free to email me. I'll drop my email as usual. And I hope you guys have a good rest of July, and I'll talk to you in the middle of August. Bye.